Yo, what's good YouTube? It's boardzy. This is going to be my review of the Lamzu Paro, an ergonomic mouse from Lamzu that I've been getting asked to review for like close to a year now, but it was delayed. It has finally released, and I would liken it most to a Razer Death Adder V3 Hyperspeed, which is essentially a Death Adder V3 Mini. Compared to like the standard size Death Adder and EC2, something like the GPX Dex, even the Terra, the Lamzu Paro is going to feel much smaller, so it is a solid-shelled mini ergo. It's advertised at 48 grams. On my scale, it comes in at 51. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I mean, yeah, low 50s for a small ergo. It's a good weight. It's not an unbelievable weight. Something like the Death Adder V3 Hyperspeed is in a similar weight range, a few grams heavier. But yeah, this has been out for a while from Razer. And yeah, this should give you a good understanding of the shape. It just falls somewhere right between the Death Adder V3 Hyperspeed and something like the Zowie EC3. The EC3, which is the smallest size Zowie offers, definitely does still have a wider, just like more filling feeling of this. I have not tried the DW version. This is still my old unit, so it is much heavier. But yeah, if you do want something light, definitely go for like Lamzu Razer. But yeah, I'm just gonna be brutally honest. This is not an inspired release. It's a shape very similar to options we already have. The quality is pretty lackluster in my copy's case. Maybe that's just a batch one thing, but I just don't understand, like, who is this for? Have you really not like had an EC alternative mini ergo that's appealed to you by now? Is this at $120 your first choice? Maybe it is. I'm not saying like this is a terrible unusable mouse. It's just at this point in 2025, this release, it did not impress me really at all. Quality wise, the clicks are just very loose. There's a lot of like creaking post travel. It's not a well optimized Omron optical experience on my copy. In my case, it's more of something that you feel. But yeah, these just have, when I press them in Fortnite, it's like a very intense post-travel kind of slow rebound feeling. It's not high quality by any stretch of the imagination, and the side buttons also do have a lot of post-travel. This is not something that was like, it's not game breaking like performance wise, but it's just, this is not a high quality release. And yeah, one thing I will say regarding the clicks is the issues that I mentioned are mostly present when you are pressing at the top of the shell. Like, I don't know if you're fucking finger tipping or if you're curling your fingers or have really small hands and you press towards the back, the quality experience is fine. But with this being such a small ergo, a shape that is just definitely too small for me in general, my fingers are towards the front of the mouse. It's not an enjoyable experience. So yeah, I'm definitely biased against small mice, and there is also like some boredom bias in play here. But there's just no saving grace on this mouse. There are features that are fine, like the build quality and the weight. The build quality, it does not feel as solid as, let's say, like a Vaxi E1, even the Death Adder V3 Mini. This just has like a more solid shell feeling. It's nothing that I really find to be an issue though, but if you do squeeze this mouse, similar to how I had on the, what was it called, the ATK Z1 Ultra, there is a bit of shell flexing, but nothing that is an issue from just standard in-game pressure. And when I think about this compared to the Z1, it has a similar level of questionable quality, but it's more expensive. So what is the saving grace for this mouse? Like, what do people see in it? Maybe people don't see much in it. And I don't like to make these harsh reviews. That could be a channel, like Fresh Reviews. Yeah, there's just no way to put a positive spin on this, in my opinion. And I do like Lamzu. Like, their recent release, the Inca, I was a huge fan of it. That brought something new to the table, a ZA-inspired shape. But I mean, we cannot pretend this is the first ergo to have a similar design like this. And it just brings nothing new to the table. So at the price it's at, I can't really give it a glowing recommendation. It's running pretty standard specs as it comes to like Omron optical switches and the 3950 sensor. There is nothing funky about the sensor implementation. I will give credit where it's due. But yeah, I just did not have a good time using this mouse. Obviously, it's not going to get the seal of approval. And I'm sure some people will enjoy it. Maybe if like the quality's better, it could be a worthwhile mini ergo pick. But this should be a fucking Skyrox release, not a Lamzu release. And it should be like $70. And at that point, I'd be like, wow, what a great budget mouse, even though the quality is lacking. But this, I mean, I don't know. Like, that would definitely be the altruistic thing to do. Give us a definitive, solid EC clone. Make it uncomfortable for me to recommend mice like over $100. But no, instead they release a $120 really middle of the road mouse, in my opinion. I'm sure like some people will love it. I feel like I would just be gaslighting my viewers if I were to say this really brought something new to the table, was innovating. And again, if this was 40 grams like on the dot or like super low 40s, it's possible I would recommend this if the quality quality was a bit better. So I've given them many ways. Like, you could make this $70, give it to Skyrox, improve the quality, lower the weight, and keep it the same. But I just don't think in its current state it's a winner. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I don't remember last time a review was this short. And yeah, peace out. Stock skates were good. Sensor position is also pretty solid for a mini ergo. Credit where it's due. Never unfair.